Oh, I'm emotional. Ugh. Pull it together, pull it together. I want to first, oh, I'm about to cry. All right. I want to, oof. All right, here we go. I'm so nervous. I'm extremely over it. But here we go. What's up, family? Welcome to Life with Renzzo. My name is Amir. Welcome to my very first YouTube channel where we talk about different things from life events, pop culture, LGBTQIA plus topics, HIV, AIDS, and much more. This is going to be a multifaceted channel where we talk about a lot of different topics that I feel that I have the range to talk about, but also that I feel that are necessary to talk about. Also, you will see other faces and people. So yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to... I got to turn my light on. Had a little, mix up, but we can keep it rolling. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to get notified of future topics that I'm talking about. Today's topic is going to be slightly on the heavy side because I am talking about my HIV diagnosis. Happy Pride also to all my people who are living and thriving with HIV, all of those who are needing some encouragement. My prayer is that this channel is a safe haven for you and you find home and family here. Also, for me, if you don't know, now you're gonna know, the peace sign is my thing. I love the peace sign. Peace signs are my thing. I love positivity. I love anything dealing with love. I love anything dealing with, all that good stuff. So make sure y'all stick around. Today is going to be a little bit emotional, so if I cry, just bear with me, okay? So today's topic, we're going to be talking about HIV, also known as human immunodeficiency virus. Hey, oh yeah, wait, I forgot to say, if you know somebody that is HIV positive and they just need a safe space or they don't have a community, please share this YouTube channel with them. If you're a parent of somebody who is HIV, if you're a parent of someone who is HIV positive and you don't know how to navigate that and you have questions for me, I definitely know of a place for you to go. If y'all have any questions, please, from the parents to the friends to the allies, the supporters, and it's not limited to black, gay men. This is an intersect of people because this affects all people, not just one set group of people. And again, by you commenting down below, you may find somebody who has your story and y'all can connect to. This is about building a community. This ain't about me. I just want to be a vessel to create a safe space that is positive and full of love. So please comment down below and send this video to your loved ones. It is currently June 1st, 2022, and this year I decided to come out about my HIV story. On April 22nd, 2022, I decided to open up about my HIV diagnosis. I have currently been HIV positive for about 3 years, and it has been the most amazing, tumultuous, scary, nerve-wracking, you name it, things I've ever experienced in my life. So also, this video is not about blaming. This video is not about outing or exposing. I just truly want to talk about my experience. Now, I'm going to link my Twitter where I posted this thread on my Twitter, and it completely blew up, and it really let me know that as somebody who is currently living with HIV and I am learning how to love all parts of myself and living my truth, that is super important. It's very important to open up about it, and not only just open up about it, but really control my narrative of my life. I had a whole nother video that I was uploading where I talked about my life and things of that nature, and y'all, seriously, like, the video did not upload, and it was kind of like the universe telling me, like, I know you want to tell this story, but you need to tell this story. So let's go back. This is not easy. I just want to start with why it's important for me to open up about my HIV status. First things first, when people think of HIV, typically, in my experience, and this is not in all experiences because you also have to factor in, different subgroups and things of that nature. I'm only talking about my personal experience, and that's why it's so important that we all open up about, or we feel free to open up. If you feel safe enough to open up about your story, why it's super important to open up, because we're all so different. Things are so different. No one person is the same. So it's very important to understand that each story is unique, and also each story is important. So, I'm gonna talk about the day before I found out. I have to preface this with saying that a lot of my past has been a lot of me trying to people please, or losing myself in other people, in relationships, in friendships, and all of that. So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm taking full accountability for my own words and actions, but my truth is my truth. So I want to start by saying, the day before I found out, I was laying in bed with someone that I was intimately with, and this person turned over and told me, hey, I'm HIV positive and I think that you should get tested. My stomach is literally turning, but this is my truth. It's okay. And in that moment, my first mind wasn't like, run away from this person or whatever, because I chose to physically have intercourse with this person. So I just told myself, I was like, you know what, it is what it is. There is backstory to this, but I don't want to get into that today. So once that person told me, I laid in the bed and I just remember crying, and I remember feeling like distraught. So I'm laying there, I'm emotional at this point, and I just remember crying, and looking back on it, I remember feeling like I wasn't grieving for me. Like, crazy enough, I felt like I was grieving for that person, because I knew that I had experienced so much pain in my life, and a lot of adversity, that I would be okay. Even though I wasn't okay, I spent the first year grieving for someone else without really grieving for myself. So I was at the time homeless. I was going back and forth between Atlanta and my mom's house, and not having a real solid place to stay. I was still working on jobs, I was still booking, and I was doing things. I just didn't have a stable place to call home. So that was that April. I ended up going back home to Florida, and at that time I was on medication, so I was having to go back and forth between Florida and Atlanta, and having to go to doctor's appointments. They instantly put me on Descovy and Prescovix as my first two medications. hated them. I was on that medication for a year. It was literally the worst experience. It just didn't work for me. It made me gain a whole lot of weight. I was gaining, like, honestly, I feel like I was gaining weight because at the time I didn't notice how small I got, but I did lose weight and it made me gain my natural weight back. But also I was gaining weight from the medication. I was having like stomach problems. I couldn't eat. I couldn't think. Like, my head was all over the place. I was extremely depressed, and I was having suicidal ideations, and really going through a major depression, not feeling like I wanted to live anymore, because at this point, you know, I proved my mama right. I done proved everybody who said everything about me right. I'm gonna die. All these things was things that I was thinking to myself, and I know today that they aren't true. This isn't real, and I'm glad that I found peace within myself to overcome, but it was very important that I did it alone. So June goes around, and I'm just, at this point, I'm over it, depressed, and July comes. So this was like the blessing in it all. So I remember making a date, like feeling like I didn't want to live anymore. I was turning 27 or 27, and I just didn't want to be anymore. I didn't have the fight in me. I didn't have the drive in me to live. I was just extremely depleted, and I'll never forget. I got a phone call from my agent, and my agent was like, you have an audition tomorrow, be in Atlanta tomorrow. And I was like, who's it for? I was so excited, because again, I was dancing, but it wasn't consistent. But she was like, this was big. And come to find out, it was a audition for Missy. And if you know me, you know I love Missy. I've always wanted to dance with her. And I'm gonna say this without going into too much detail. Missy really saved my life more than she knows, and I'm so grateful for the experience to be around her, to work with her, to fight for my spot in that camp, because it gave me that determination to keep fighting in life. It was deeper than just the job. It was deeper than just being on the job with my friends and working with Sean and working with all those amazing people. It was so much deeper for me, and they didn't even know. Nobody knew what I was going through. I was fatigued. The medication had me sick. I was tired. I just was going through a lot, and that was for Essence. And fast forward, didn't get it. My agent called me and was like, this other artist who was huge too was like, they want to book you, you need to go now. So ended up waiting too late, losing that job and not getting Missy. So that was just like, I was like, I'm done, I'm over, I just can't. And my agent called me and told me that Missy told him that no matter what, that she was going to use me for the VMAs. And it gave me something to look forward to in the future. Like, it's kind of crazy, like, looking back on it, how that moment made me fight for something in the future and kind of keep me present and alive. And I'm super thankful and grateful for her, Missy, for that. She don't even know this. I hope to one day to be able to tell her how much she has touched my life, but that happened at the top of my diagnosis. And not being able to express a big part of my diagnosis, I wasn't even able to express to anyone what I was going through because of fear of exposing this person, or fear of saying this or fear of this or that. And so it was a lot of, concealing, a lot of pretending, a lot of, overcompensating in areas where I should just have just been able to feel free within myself. So why was that moment important? And what does this have to do with HIV, right? Sometimes in life we go through things and we don't really realize our purpose, or we don't see the blessings in it all. And I'm saying that to say, like, somebody's story may not include Missy. Somebody's story may include a job. It may include, an opportunity, or it may include a, relationship, or whatever that is. And what I learned in that moment was to stop and take in that moment. So that was year one. I ended up moving back to Atlanta with my brother, and it was a lot of re-healing, re-coping, re-understanding what HIV was for me. And I'm gonna be honest and say that this has not been an easy journey. And I don't think that shaming people for having HIV is okay, but I also don't think that shaming people for not wanting to express their story is okay. I completely agree. Do not tell people if you're not ready. But also it is important to understand what opening up about your diagnosis, what it means to you. To some people being positive isn't that big of a deal. I never was, and I'm not shaming nobody who is doing anything. It doesn't matter if you're a sex worker, if you're not a sex worker. It doesn't matter if you do this or do that. Everything that you do that includes you contacting someone or being in contact with someone physically or on a romantic level that way, you run the risk whether you love the person or not. And like I said in my tweet, I got emotionally involved with somebody who did not tell me that they were positive, but also at that point, by the time we got to that point, I didn't check this person, or I didn't check that thing. I was getting tested prior to, being with this person and, doing what we did. But, due to the lack of care that I was giving to myself, I let things slip. I let myself, fall off and not take care of my responsibilities. So, disclosure. It took me a while to disclose to anyone about my status. The first person I told, I want to say, was my cousin Diamond. And I can say her name. I love her. That's my baby. The next person I told was my brother. And two people who I love dearly. And it took me a long time. And I slowly started to tell people who I love to see not only their reaction, but also it's important to receive that love back from them. Like, a lot of times we live in silence for so long that we, oftentimes don't realize that the people who are in our lives will truly be there for us and love us and support us, but we don't really give them the option to. So yeah, I thought it was important for me to tell some people. Now, I told my father in the second year, and his response was actually amazing. Prior to, me and my dad really didn't have a relationship. We didn't really talk too deep. We didn't have issues, but again, due to childhood trauma and things that I've experienced with both of my parents, from my coming out story, which I'm gonna post that later, but I didn't expect him. I was so angry. I told him out of anger. Everybody else I told out of love. But I remember telling my dad out of anger because I was like, how dare you sit here and make me feel bad for not talking to you when you've never been there for me in my life, period. You can't tell me that you have been an amazing father, right? And so these were these emotions, and I'm like, you don't even know. I'm standing in front of you, dying on the inside. I'm standing in front of you, hurting, crying, begging for somebody to just see me as human. Not my gayness, not my HIV, not anything else, as human. And I ended up telling him about my HIV status, and it actually healed our relationship in some way, because I feel like it made him see me from a different light. So my mom, I told my mom last year around my 29th birthday. So all of this has been a combination of different years over time. So my mom and me are the best of friends and the worst of enemies. We can be super close and we can be rival enemies. There is no in between. And it's because I decided to choose myself and create boundaries, and I'm not allowing anybody to cross them. Mother, sister, daddy, brother, auntie, uncle, grandma, I don't care. Nobody is crossing these boundaries with me. And a lot of times people don't know, when they're used to overstepping boundaries, they don't know how to respect the boundaries that you put up. So, small note for the people who are positive, place boundaries. The people who aren't positive and you don't understand the people who are positive, sometimes we're placing boundaries so that we can reassess ourselves, so that we can show up in the world in a better way. So, ended up telling my mom, and I thought that it healed us, because I saw what happened to me and my dad. Even though my dad knew a year prior to me telling my mom, I'll never forget. Mind you, I've been going to the doctor alone. I've been taking medication alone. Also, I ended up switching medications. I didn't talk about my medication. Currently, I am taking Biktarvy. I'm gonna try to just insert a picture of this. It's not showing up. I don't know why, but yeah, Biktarvy. So I'm currently taking Biktarvy, and this medication is a lifesaver. It has been amazing. I do not have any what's the word? Side effects. I don't have any side effects, and it's amazing. I love it. Super cool. Love it. Nice gowns. Weight has regulated. I'm able to lose weight now, and I feel amazing. Love it. If you can switch to Biktarvy, please ask your doctor if it's for you. I mean, other medications work just as well, but I want to say like Cabenuva and other medications. So yeah, make sure you ask your doctor and see if that works for you. If you are having any gastro problems or issues with weight gain, weight loss, I love Biktarvy. It has been amazing for me. So me telling my mom was, getting back to the point of the story, me telling my mom was amazing but difficult, because in me even telling my HIV story, I kind of wrapped it into things that have happened to me over the years of my life. So, Amir, get to the point. We know this already. Da, 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 da. No, listen. It is so important to set boundaries, protect yourself. Do not allow people to gaslight you. Do not allow people to lie to you. Just because you love someone, love is not enough. Let me tell y'all, I learned this lesson from my ex-boyfriend. And I would say, you know, I love you. That should be able to keep us together. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And he would say, love is not enough. And it did not make sense until we broke up. And currently, I'm in a place where respect me first, love me second. Respecting me first is you telling me, hey, my name is Amir. My name is Jason, whatever. I'm HIV positive. Respect. Even if I'm positive and you tell me you're positive, it's going to create a closer bond. If you're not positive and I say that I'm positive, it also allows you the choice to say, hey, emotionally, mentally, physically, I can do this. Sexually, I can't do that. But, you know, I'm cool with being friends. And then I would then say, okay, I understand. I respect it, because at the end of the day, nobody gave me a choice, and I wish that that was different, because my very first boyfriend was actually HIV positive, and I dated him. I didn't leave him. I didn't get HIV'd in. I was protecting myself. These are things that happens. Also, another thing that I want to talk about, and kind of the wrapping of this, is you equals you. Undetectable equals untransmutable. Again, that is not all true in all cases. Not everybody can reach a undetectable status. That is why it's so important for everybody to get tested. I know a lot of times we are fearful of what the results may be, but I promise you the biggest thing might be your very life that you're risking. And a lot of times when you get to a certain level within your when you get to certain levels, a lot of times it's hard to bounce back. So again, make sure, I am not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, I'm just telling you what's happened to me in my experience and from my perspective, and just kind of a little bit about my story when I first found out. So yeah, y'all, I hope you gain some type of inspiration from my story. I'm not here to do the whole emotional kind of like woe is me or anything like that. I really want everybody just to know that it's super important to protect yourself. Just because you love someone does not mean that they respect your body, your space, your anything. So please do not allow them to use you and abuse you. So if you have any questions about just my experience with HIV, also anything like from dating or doctor's visits, things like that, just comment them below. I want to talk about all of this with you all and share my experience, and hopefully that I inspire somebody to A, go get tested, B, love yourself, respect yourself, make people respect you, make them respect your boundaries, make them respect your body, because when you make them do it because you're doing it, that when they see you doing it to yourself, 8 times out of 10, because people still just gonna do what they want to do, they are going to treat you the way you treat you. I'm learning that the hard way, and it took almost 30. I literally have 37 days, so I'm 30. So with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. Always know that I love y'all. Remember to stay positive and share love. My name is Amir. Please comment below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my page. And yeah, inspire somebody. Be that listening ear for somebody. And if you're afraid to get tested, please do not be afraid. It's more fearful and it creates more anxiety when you don't know and people say, oh, I just got tested yesterday, I'm good. No, let's go get tested together. Take them down, show them that no matter what, if you love this person, that you'll support them in their journey in getting tested. And yeah, I know I'm long-winded. I was supposed to end this video 3 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, but neither here nor there. I'm speaking from my heart. I hope that my story inspires you. And yeah, also, I'm sorry for the beginning, y'all, because I was really emotional. I was trying not to go there. I forgot to turn on my light, and it was just, everything wasn't everything. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like, make sure you share this with anybody who is, I'm gonna put it in the beginning of the video. We're gonna run this back.